Welcome to Staying Alive with
Anita.
and Kevin.
How you doing? Hey, what do you do when you don't want to both do the same thing at the same time? We're going to let you know what we did. We didn't really want to do the same thing this last weekend, and that's okay. So as long as we both was a little bit active.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about what you did this weekend.
Well, I did a 50-mile gravel bike race, my second one,
Very good.
here in Smithville, Missouri. Great. So they have a city days to celebrate their founder. It was called Humphrey's 100 was the name of the bike race. I did the 50, not the 100-mile.
Right.
And I pulled off another 4-hour and 14-minute race.
Very good.
For 52.2 miles and 3,700 plus feet of climbing.
That's very good.
I almost didn't do it. I almost didn't go. The weather was really cold.
Yep.
It had been a really rough week. I'd been traveling. I'd been out of town on the road. Had a company event on Friday. Had corporate people in and just running all week and felt kind of stressed. And then the weather turned cold. Forecast was for rain. Gravel bike races, rain, mud, not always exactly what I was looking for. But I decided at the end of the week, with some encouragement from you, to just go do it. That I needed to get out. I needed the time to get my head clear, and honestly, I need a little bit of a confidence boost.
Right.
And
so did that do it for you?
it did. It actually wound up. It was a great day.
Good.
Definitely type 2 fun, like me and Blake always say.
And so explain what type 2 fun is.
Type 2 fun is not necessarily fun while you're doing it, but afterwards you think, man, I had a good time. I'm really glad I accomplished that. So usually type 2 fun means you did something very challenging.
Right.
And
So-
it was tough.
And so you did relatively well.
I did pretty well. I was actually in 10th place at the halfway point, which, man, I felt really good about that. I was a little bit surprised.
Right.
But rolled into the checkpoint. The checkpoint was so neat. The volunteers are so incredibly helpful. As soon as I pull in, the guy looks at my number and checks me off on a sheet and says, what do you need?
Right.
And they've got everything there. They've got fresh fruit, bananas, they've got power bars, they've got the gels,
Right.
they've got water,
Traditional.
they've got drinks, they've just got this huge assortment of stuff. And there were bathrooms right there. So I asked them what they had in the coolers. They had big coolers, and he said just plain water. I said that's perfect. I carry my own electrolytes and hydration. So I said I'll probably grab a banana. I need some of your water, but I want to dump some electrolytes. Poured my powder in. He said, I'll fill your bottle for you. He went and filled my bottle while I used the restroom right there, and I didn't have to move more than about 10 feet off of my bike.
That's great.
And I was in and out. It was like a pit stop. And I was in, grabbed a banana, fresh bottle of water, new electrolytes, grabbed a power bar out of my pack and stuffed it in my pocket where I could get to it. And I was back on the road, and off I went without anybody else rolling in or catching up.
That's
So,
cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you did the race and you finished it in a time you were happy with.
Finished it at time. I'm still trying to break that 4-hour mark for a 50-mile race. I feel like I need to get under 4 hours. I was 4 hours and 14 minutes. I did a little bit more climbing than I did in the last 50-mile race. So it was a good day, but I still got some work to do. I know I can get under that 4-hour mark. I'm just not there yet.
It is not there. And so how do you feel today that you did that yesterday? How you were very tired last night.
Boy, I
Very,
was
very
totally
tired.
drained yesterday. I left it all on the course. I literally didn't have anything left. I came home, I ate a good amount of meat, pretty much just chicken and some meatballs, and laid around on the couch, took a hot shower, and recovered a little bit. Today I feel great. I was a little bit stiff when I got out of bed. A little bit, me and you got out and did a little bit of walking and moving around, and I'm good to go. I'll be back on the bike tomorrow. My recovery time's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's cool. You know, I think that's, what you are looking for is being able to work out and really work out, but then being able to recover quickly too. And sometimes people our age don't do that very well.
Yeah.
And, we have to wonder if that's partially the traditional way of eating. And
Well, we know I didn't recover like this before. When I was a carbohydrate fueled athlete, before I became a fat adapted athlete, I definitely did not recover this way. In fact, that's what put me on this path was a 24-hour climbing event that took me so many weeks to recover from, and I just felt terrible.
sick.
Yeah, I'm literally sick.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's a really good thing that you're the way you're doing this and what you're doing for yourself.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time figuring out my nutrition. Every time we tweak it, and that gets a little bit better, and my recovery time's great. So
And
everything's working.
running around like a 20-year-old.
Pretty much, feel like it.
Yeah. Well, you do good. Yeah.
Thanks. So while I was out doing that, you went into Kansas City to a
did.
crafts fair.
It was amazing.
Yeah?
It was, yes. It was a huge craft fair that was just handmade crafts. Just people who, make what they're selling themselves. If they don't have any products to sell other than what they create themselves.
Entrepreneurs.
Right, entrepreneurs building their own business. Some of them have online stores because that's basically the only way to survive in this economy is to have an online store. But there were people that did woodworking. There were people that did yarn crafts. Ceramics, leather, soap, lots of soap, jewelry, just everything. And, really going into that kind of environment, well, like you said, it was cold and wet, but going into that kind of environment with people that are so creative, it just gets me thinking, oh man, I could make this or I could do that. And I think that again is part of the staying alive, staying young, is trying to keep our creativity rolling and thinking of cool things to do. Things I used to do a long time ago, but I really haven't done much of lately. I'm like, wow, give me a paintbrush, or I could do that leather stuff because I did leather before, and I came away from there just revitalized almost. And it was an amazing event. Everybody was so friendly. Of course they had the food trucks and stuff, but nothing really that I chose to eat, but everybody was enjoying it. I don't know. It was
How great is that?
Yeah.
And like you said, our mind is just as important as our body.
Right.
And we spend a lot of time, with what we eat, what we put in our bodies, and maintaining our bodies with physical exercise and being active, but our minds are as important too. So, I was out doing something physical, but you got out and did something with your mind, and you were active. You were walking at the same time, but got your creativity going and the thought processes going. And how many times have we heard of people that after they retire, they sit down and quit, and they stop using their mind and they stop using their body, and that's kind of where the slide really starts, and that's what we want to try to avoid. So.
No sliding. No sliding. So I have lots of craft stuff that I'm just itching to get out, and I'm ready to do some things and create some things, and I don't know, it was really good, and I talked with a lot of people, enjoyed talking to them about what they did, and you could see the light in their eyes because they created it, so they were happy to talk about it. And one young man was talking about a book that he was writing, and he did ink art, and he was coloring it in, and then he was going to do illustrations through this whole book, and he was just so excited about it. And I got his information. Someday I'm going to buy that book. It's just, his heart was there, his soul was there. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I really enjoyed it, and
you brought some products home for me. You gifted me some stuff.
I did.
How'd you pick that? Why'd you pick that?
The stuff for the shaving stuff and the shower stuff and the soaps that I bought were all natural. Everybody's really working hard to come up with products that actually work, that are natural. I mean, even a shampoo bar, instead of having to buy bottles and bottles and bottles of shampoo, the bar, you just rub it on your hair and just like a shampoo bottle. But, so I bought one of those to try it out, and everything smelled great. As I was talking about earlier, when I went into our bedroom this morning, the shower balm that I'd given to you was just like, whew, it was overwhelming. But you said you didn't really smell it that much. I just have a really good smeller, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to live with that one or not. But
the shea butter you got me was really nice. It's an all-natural product compared to what I've been using. And worked really well. I mean, actually, I felt like it gave me a closer shave than what I'm used to using, and did have a nice smell to it too. So a really nice product.
Hopefully, I was thinking maybe I can contact some of those people that do those soaps and the shea butter, and maybe they'd like to talk to us about their products.
That'd be great.
Yeah, maybe we can bring some of that to our friends here. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's kind of short today, but it just goes to show that you can do a lot of things together, or you can do a lot of things not together and still come home and have a good time. Talk about it, share it with each other. Yeah, this morning we were washing his bike, or he was washing his bike and I was watching him. So anyway, all that mud. So anyway, we really hope you enjoyed it today.
Start where you're at. Get off the couch, get out, find something that you enjoy. Doesn't matter what it is. Start today.
That's right. If you would subscribe to our channel and hit the little notification, you'll know whenever we put up new videos, and we'd love to have any comments and questions.
We're also on Facebook. You can see us there. Send us any comments or any events, activities you think you'd like to see us try, and we'll give it a whirl.
You bet. Bye.